Is there anything more overwhelming than walking into a toy store or scrolling through endless online options, trying to figure out what your little one actually needs? Do you ever feel this quiet dread when a well-meaning relative brings over another noisy, battery-operated plastic monstrosity that you know will become a permanent fixture in the noisy toy graveyard in your living room, buzzing and flashing its way into your deepest parenting frustrations? And what about that nagging thought, that whispered worry about whether you're truly nurturing your child's brain, their curiosity, their blossoming independence, or if you're just accumulating clutter that demands more energy than it gives back? It's a universal parenting paradox, isn't it? We want the very best for our toddlers, those tiny, incredible humans who are soaking up the world at an astonishing rate. We understand that play isn't just fun, it's their work. It's how they learn, how they grow, how they make sense of everything around them. But the sheer volume of choices, combined with the constant assault of flashy, overstimulating, and, let's be honest, often incredibly annoying toys, can make choosing truly beneficial items feel like a monumental task. You want toys that spark joy, yes, but also ones that quietly, powerfully, and developmentally nurture their potential without making your ears ring or adding another layer of chaotic energy to your already busy household. That's exactly what we're going to dive into today, right here on Family Connection Hub. We're going to cut through the noise, literally, and uncover the true gems. Our mission together is to explore a carefully curated list of the top 10 developmental toys for toddlers aged 1 to 3. These aren't just any toys. These are the ones that foster genuine growth, encourage creativity, build crucial skills, and perhaps most importantly for us parents, do so without becoming another source of sensory overload or sheer auditory agony in your home. By the end of our time together, you'll walk away not just with a list of recommendations, but with a deeper understanding of what truly matters in toddler play, why these specific items are so powerful, and how they can seamlessly integrate into your family life, bringing more peace, more learning, and more genuine connection. You'll gain practical tools to make informed choices, relief from the pressure of keeping up, and actionable hope that meaningful play can be both enriching for your child and gentle on your adult ears and sanity. So, let's peel back the layers and discover the quiet power of truly great toddler toys, starting with a classic that often gets overlooked in our digital age: simple, open-ended building blocks. When I talk about simple, open-ended building blocks, I'm picturing those beautiful, smooth, often wooden or even sturdy cardboard sets that don't click together in predetermined ways. Think classic wooden unit blocks, or even those larger, lightweight cardboard blocks toddlers can really lift and stack. These aren't the intricate interlocking plastic bricks for older kids. These are the foundational pieces for our littlest architects. What makes them so profoundly developmental and delightfully non-annoying? For starters, there are no batteries, no flashing lights, no pre-programmed tunes. Their beauty lies in their simplicity, which forces the child to be the engine of play. A 1-year-old might simply pick one up, mouth it, or knock a tower over. A 2-year-old begins stacking them, understanding balance and gravity. A 3-year-old might build a garage for their toy cars, a house for their dolls, or even a quiet tower for their stuffed animal. The learning here is boundless. Fine motor skills develop as they grasp and place. Hand-eye coordination improves. An early understanding of physics, like stability, weight, and cause and effect, begins to form. They also foster problem-solving as children figure out how to make their structures stand. And they ignite imaginative play. To really maximize their potential, start by simply leaving them accessible in a play space. Don't dictate what your child should build. Instead, model play. Sit on the floor and stack a few blocks yourself, making a silly sound or a simple declaration like, "Look, a tall tower," or "I'm making a bridge for my car." Your child will likely observe and then imitate or create their own version. You can introduce concepts like tall, short, big, small, but mostly just let them explore. For the parent, the benefit is clear. These blocks offer quiet, independent play. They might clatter when knocked over, but it's a natural, satisfying sound, not an electronic assault. They're durable, easy to clean, and inherently timeless, making them a wise investment that will adapt to different developmental stages without needing an upgrade every 6 months. It's about giving them the tools to build their own worlds, rather than giving them a world that's already built for them. Next up, let's talk about shape sorters. Now, you might think, a shape sorter? How exciting can that be? But trust me, the right shape sorter is a powerhouse of cognitive development and far less irritating than that talking farm animal cube. I'm talking about the classic, sturdy ones. A simple box or bucket with openings for circles, squares, triangles, and perhaps a few other basic shapes. What makes these so effective and so wonderfully quiet? It's the immediate, tangible feedback. There's no buzzer for a correct answer, no celebratory jingle. The shape either fits or it doesn't. This instant, clear consequence is exactly what a toddler needs to learn. They are engaging in critical problem solving, understanding spatial relationships, and developing fine motor skills as they manipulate each piece to fit the core. To help your toddler engage with a shape sorter, start by demonstrating. Show them how a block fits, perhaps exaggerating the motion and the sound of it dropping inside. Don't correct them if they try to jam a square into a circle hole. Instead, just gently offer the correct shape or point to the correct hole, saying something like, "This one goes here." The key is to allow for frustration and self-correction. Your child will likely experiment, turn the shapes, and eventually discover the solution on their own. This process of trial and error is crucial for building resilience and independent thinking. From a parent's perspective, shape sorters are fantastic because they encourage focused, quiet play. They can keep a toddler engaged for a surprising amount of time, giving you a few precious moments to, say, unload the dishwasher or simply sip your coffee in peace. They're also incredibly durable and easy to clean, making them a staple that withstands the rigors of toddlerhood without adding unnecessary noise to your environment. Moving on, let's consider stacking cups or rings. These seem so deceptively simple, don't they? You might have inherited a set from a friend or picked one up without much thought. But these unassuming toys are absolute champions for early development and are wonderfully, utterly silent. We're talking about those colorful sets of plastic cups that nest inside each other, or rings that stack onto a central peg. They are versatile, portable, and surprisingly engaging. Toddlers learn about size differentiation, ordering, and sequencing as they try to stack them from biggest to smallest or nest them correctly. This builds foundational math skills and logical thinking. The act of grasping and releasing the cups or rings also refines their fine motor control and hand-eye coordination. The best way to introduce these is to simply let your child explore. They might first just bang them together or scatter them around. That's perfectly fine exploration. Then you can model. Start stacking 2 cups, then 3, narrating what you're doing. Big cup, then a smaller one on top. Or show them how to nest them. Now the little cup goes inside the big cup. You can also use them for imaginative play. They can be hats for dolls, drums, or even boats in the bathtub. Their lightweight nature makes them safe for even the littlest hands, and their lack of electronic components means no shrill noises or repetitive songs. They're a true workhorse toy that encourages sustained, independent play, offering a quiet activity that promotes concentration without overstimulation. Plus, they're incredibly easy to pack for trips or outings, always ready for a quick, calming play session. Next, we arrive at the wonderful world of chunky knob puzzles. Not the jigsaw puzzles with 100 tiny pieces, but those beautifully designed, often wooden puzzles with large, easy-to-grasp knobs and simple, recognizable shapes or pictures underneath. These are perfect for the 1 to 3-year-old age range. What makes these puzzles a winner, both developmentally and for your peace of mind? Again, it's the quiet, focused engagement they promote. There are no sounds, no lights. Just the satisfying click of a piece fitting into its spot. These puzzles are fantastic for developing fine motor skills and the pincer grasp as children pick up the knobs. They also teach problem solving, spatial reasoning, and shape recognition. As they lift a piece and see a picture underneath, they're also building object recognition and memory. To introduce these, you can start by demonstrating how to pick up a piece and try to fit it into different slots. You can name the object or color as you go. For instance, here's the red apple. Where does the apple go? Encourage trial and error. Your child might try to force a piece into the wrong spot, and that's part of the learning process. You can gently guide their hand or simply point to the correct hole. The key is to celebrate the effort, not just the success. You tried so hard, or almost. Keep going. These puzzles are also great for quiet interaction between parent and child. You can sit side by side, working on the puzzle together, fostering a sense of shared accomplishment. And the best part? No annoying sounds means more focused play and less sensory overload for everyone in the house. Let's talk about the magic of pretend play food and simple kitchen sets. Forget the elaborate, talking plastic kitchens that take up half your living room. We're thinking simple, durable sets of play food. Perhaps wooden fruits and vegetables that Velcro together and can be sliced, or felt food items. Pair these with a basic, quiet kitchen setup, perhaps a wooden sink and stove, or even just a designated corner with a few pots and pans. Why are these so crucial for development and so wonderfully non-annoying? These toys are all about sparking imagination and fostering social emotional skills. There are no electronic parts, no annoying jingles, just the sounds of clinking pots and pans or the quiet chop of wooden food. Toddlers are observers, and they love to imitate adult activities. Playing with pretend food allows them to mimic meal preparation, feeding, and sharing, which are fundamental life skills. This kind of play enhances language development as they narrate their actions, emotional understanding as they role-play different scenarios, and even early math skills as they sort and count ingredients. To encourage this type of play, simply provide the materials and observe. You might sit down and ask, "What are you cooking today?" Or, "Can I have a bite of your delicious banana?" You can also bring in other elements, like a baby doll to feed or toy animals who are hungry. This encourages imaginative scenarios and expands the play. These sets are incredibly versatile. They can be used for tea parties, grocery store adventures, or even setting up a pretend restaurant. The beauty of these toys is their open-ended nature. They don't prescribe how to play, allowing your child's creativity to flourish. And for parents, the silence is golden. These toys invite quiet, sustained imaginative play that often draws you into their world, rather than pushing you away with irritating noises. Moving on to push and pull toys, think about those classic wooden wagons or simple animals on wheels with a string. Not the ones with flashing lights or loud music when they move. The ones that simply roll along. These toys are fantastic for encouraging gross motor development, especially as toddlers transition from cruising to walking. As they push a wagon, they're building strength, coordination, and balance. As they pull a toy behind them, they're learning about cause and effect and spatial awareness. And the beauty of them being non-annoying? The only sounds you hear are the wheels on the floor, or maybe the gentle clatter of blocks inside the wagon. This means they encourage active play without adding to the household din. To make the most of push and pull toys, ensure they are appropriately sized and weighted for your child. For new walkers, a sturdier push toy can provide stability. For more confident walkers, a pull toy encourages them to move forward while monitoring something behind them. You can make it a game. Let's push the wagon to the kitchen. Or, can your puppy follow you to the bedroom? These toys encourage purposeful movement and can be great for helping your child carry their other toys from one play area to another, introducing a sense of independence and responsibility. They're also wonderfully durable and generally easy to clean, making them a practical choice that promotes healthy physical activity in the quietest way possible. It's about encouraging movement and exploration in their own space and on their own terms. Now, let's talk about the enduring power of board books. Yes, books aren't typically thought of as toys, but for toddlers, they absolutely are. And they are, unequivocally, the least annoying items you can bring into your home. We're talking about those sturdy, thick-paged books that can withstand chewing, tossing, and sticky fingers. They often feature bright, simple illustrations and might have tactile elements like flaps to lift, textures to touch, or even simple peek-through holes. Books are a cornerstone of early literacy and language development. They introduce new vocabulary, concepts, and narratives. The act of turning pages refines fine motor skills. Looking at pictures and connecting them to words builds comprehension and strengthens memory. To engage your toddler with board books, simply make them accessible. Place them in baskets around the house, not just in their bedroom. Read daily, even if it's just for a few minutes. Don't worry about reading every word on the page. Point to pictures and name objects. Ask questions like, "Where's the dog?" or "What color is the car?" Let your child turn the pages, even if they skip around. They are absorbing more than you realize. Reading together is also a deeply bonding activity, offering a quiet, comforting connection time that benefits both of you. It's an opportunity to slow down, cuddle, and immerse yourselves in a shared story. There are no sounds, no flashing lights, just the warmth of your voice and the engaging imagery, nurturing a lifelong love of reading and quiet contemplation. Next, let's explore the wonderful world of open-ended art supplies for toddlers. Forget the elaborate craft kits with a million tiny pieces. We're talking about chunky crayons, washable tempera paint, large sheets of paper, and perhaps some large, easy-to-grip paintbrushes. These are the tools that allow for pure, unadulterated creative expression, and they are gloriously free of any irritating electronic components. Drawing, coloring, and painting are essential for developing fine motor skills and hand strength. They also foster self-expression, imagination, and early recognition of colors and shapes. The process, not the product, is key here. A toddler's masterpiece might just be a series of scribbles, and that's perfect. That's them exploring cause and effect, learning to control their movements, and expressing themselves. To set up an art exploration, create a designated space that's easy to clean up. Perhaps a corner with a washable mat, or simply covering your table with newspaper. Offer just a few colors at a time to avoid overwhelming them. Let your child experiment freely. Instead of telling them what to draw, ask, "What are you making?" or "Tell me about your colors." This encourages their narrative skills and validates their creative efforts. These activities can be wonderfully calming and absorbing for a toddler, providing a focused outlet for their energy that doesn't involve loud noises. For parents, while there might be a bit of mess involved, the peace and focused engagement these activities foster are invaluable. They offer a quiet avenue for creativity and self-discovery, allowing your child to express themselves without relying on external stimuli. Let's talk about simple musical instruments. Now, before you picture a full drum set taking over your living room, I'm talking about simple, toddler-friendly instruments like shakers, a small xylophone with large keys, a gentle drum, or even a set of wooden rhythm sticks. These aren't the electronic keyboards with 50 pre-programmed songs and flashing lights. These are instruments that require active participation and produce natural, pleasant sounds. Playing with these instruments encourages auditory discrimination and rhythm. It develops fine and gross motor skills as children shake, tap, and hit. It fosters self-expression and emotional regulation, offering a healthy outlet for energy and emotion. And the beautiful part? The sounds are organic and controllable, not overwhelming or repetitive. To introduce these, simply make them available. You can model how to gently shake a shaker or tap a drum. You might sing a simple song and encourage your child to keep the beat. Don't expect a symphony, expect exploration of sound and rhythm. These instruments are fantastic for releasing energy in a constructive way, allowing your child to be loud and active without the jarring nature of electronic toys. They can be used during a quiet, independent play session or as a fun, interactive way to engage together. They allow your child to create their own music, to discover their own sense of rhythm and sound, fostering a deeper connection with music without the overwhelming assault of pre-recorded, overly loud melodies. It's about genuine musical exploration. Finally, let's wrap up our list with simple vehicles, cars, trucks, and trains that move under their own power. Again, we're talking about the ones without batteries, without sirens, without flashing lights. These could be small wooden cars, sturdy plastic trucks, or simple train sets that you push along the track. What makes these so powerful for toddlers and so wonderfully non-annoying for parents? They encourage gross motor skills as children push them across the floor or crawl after them. They develop fine motor skills as they grasp and manipulate the vehicles. They are catalysts for imaginative play, allowing children to create their own roads, garages, and scenarios. They also introduce concepts of movement, speed, and direction. To maximize engagement, provide a flat, open space for play. You can create roads with masking tape on the floor, or build block garages for the vehicles. You can narrate the play. The big truck is going to the construction site, or let's drive the car over the bridge. This encourages language development and expands their imaginative play. These toys are fantastic because they encourage active, independent play. Your child can be fully absorbed in creating their own world of movement and adventure. The sounds they make are the natural sounds of play. The rumble of wheels, the vroom of a car, the clatter of pieces. This encourages them to use their own voices and their own imaginations to bring the play to life, rather than relying on the toy's pre-programmed sounds. They are durable, easy to clean, and offer countless hours of quiet, imaginative exploration. As we close our conversation today, I hope you feel a little lighter, a little more confident, and perhaps even a bit excited about the world of toddler toys. Remember, the journey is parenting, especially with those energetic little toddlers, is less about perfection and more about presence and intention. It's about recognizing that every small choice, every toy you bring into your home, contributes to the environment your child is growing up in. It's about moving away from the overwhelming and often irritating sensory overload that so many modern toys bring, and leaning into the quiet tower of open-ended play. It's about fostering curiosity, creativity, and independent thinking without constantly being bombarded by noise or flashing lights. You are already doing an incredible job navigating the beautiful chaos of toddlerhood. These toys aren't magic bullets, but they are gentle tools that can help create moments of focused play for your child and moments of peace for you. They remind us that sometimes the simplest things are the most profound. They encourage us to slow down, observe, and truly connect with our children in their play, rather than just tolerating the noise. Trust your instincts, embrace the quiet moments, and know that by choosing toys that truly nurture, you're building more than just skills. You're building a foundation of calm, imaginative, and purposeful learning that will last a lifetime. If this conversation resonated with you and you found this guidance helpful on your parenting journey, we'd be so grateful if you would consider giving this video a like. Sharing it with other parents who might be feeling the same frustrations or seeking similar guidance truly helps our community grow. And, of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Family Connection Hub. By doing so, you join a supportive community of parents dedicated to finding thoughtful, empathetic, and practical ways to deepen our family connections and navigate the beautiful complexities of raising children together. We're here to support you every step of the way.